The night was calm in Silicon Valley, but inside a high-security digital vault hidden in a sleek, unmarked building, chaos was brewing. Alarms blared as red lights flashed, signaling the impossible. $10 billion worth of cryptocurrency had just vanished. The authorities arrived swiftly, but there were no physical traces left behind, just a single haunting message on the vault's server screen. "Thanks for the blueprint, Elon." News broke like wildfire. Within hours, headlines screamed, "Tech genius Elon Musk linked to billion-dollar heist." Elon, sitting in his private office at SpaceX, was stunned as he watched the reports. His phone buzzed incessantly with calls from lawyers, reporters, and even close friends. Confused and outraged, Elon immediately called his legal team. "This is absurd," he said, pacing the room. "I didn't even know this vault existed." But the evidence was damning. A piece of highly advanced AI code used in the heist bore Elon's unmistakable signature, a line of code he'd developed years ago for a defunct AI project called Atlas. That project was abandoned after Elon deemed it too dangerous, and the code was locked away in Tesla's secure servers. How it ended up in the hands of criminals was a mystery. The FBI arrived at Tesla headquarters the next morning with a warrant. They combed through files, servers, and Elon's personal devices. Although they didn't arrest him, the unspoken suspicion was clear. Elon knew he had little time to clear his name before the situation spiraled out of control. That evening, he gathered a small, trusted team of engineers and cybersecurity experts at his private residence. "Someone's framing me," Elon said, "and they're using my own technology to do it. We need to find out who." The team worked through the night, analyzing the heist's digital fingerprints. What they found was chilling. The AI code wasn't just Elon's, it had been modified to bypass nearly any security system. The modifications were so intricate that only someone with years of experience in AI could have pulled it off. One of Elon's engineers hesitated before speaking. "There's only one person who could have done this," she said. "Alex Carter." The room fell silent. Alex Carter was a former Tesla employee, a brilliant but volatile programmer who had been fired years ago for unethical behavior. After his dismissal, Alex disappeared, leaving behind cryptic threats about exposing the system. Elon had always dismissed Alex's claims as empty words. Elon leaned forward. "If it's Alex, he's not working alone. This kind of operation needs resources, connections. Find out where he's been." As the team dug into Alex's digital footprint, Elon's phone buzzed with an anonymous text message. "You always wanted to change the world. Now watch as I destroy it." The message contained coordinates to a remote location in the Nevada desert. Without hesitation, Elon decided to go, bringing along one of his most trusted security experts, Marcus. When they arrived, the coordinates led them to an abandoned warehouse. Inside, a single computer sat in the middle of the empty space, its screen displaying a countdown. 72 hours. A recorded video began to play. Alex's face appeared, older but unmistakable. "Hello, Elon," he said with a smirk. "I told you they'd never let us change the world, didn't I? So I decided to play by their rules. You see, the cryptocurrency wasn't the real prize. That was just a distraction. The real game is much bigger." Elon clenched his fists as the recording continued. Alex explained that the stolen cryptocurrency was being funneled into a shadowy network that planned to launch a massive cyber attack on global financial systems. The countdown on the screen wasn't just a timer. It was the deadline before the attack began. "You have 72 hours to stop it," Alex's recording concluded. "But here's the catch. The only way to do it is to admit you're guilty. Confess to the heist, Elon, and I'll shut it down. Refuse, and the world burns." Back in his private jet, Elon stared out the window, deep in thought. "If I confess, it's over for me," he said to Marcus. "But if I don't—" Marcus nodded. We have to find another way. Elon's team worked tirelessly to trace the source of the countdown signal. They discovered that the attack was being launched from multiple servers across the globe, each one protected by layers of encryption. The only way to shut them all down was to access a central control server, located deep inside an offshore data center controlled by a private military contractor. "This isn't just a heist," Elon said. "This is war." Using his connections, Elon secured a stealth operation to infiltrate the data center. The plan was risky, but it was the only chance to stop Alex's attack without giving in to his demands. The infiltration was a tense, high-stakes operation. Elon and Marcus disguised themselves as contractors, sneaking into the facility with forged credentials. Inside, they found the control server, but Alex had anticipated their move. The server was rigged with explosives, set to detonate if anyone tried to access it without the correct password. Elon's mind raced as he stared at the timer ticking down. "There's always a back door," he muttered. Always. Working against the clock, Elon bypassed the primary encryption and found a hidden override key buried in the code, a key he himself had designed years ago but had long forgotten. With seconds to spare, he deactivated the server and stopped the attack. As the room filled with silence, Marcus looked at Elon. "You did it!" But Elon's victory was short-lived. As they left the facility, an unmarked car pulled up, and men in suits stepped out. They identified themselves as agents from an international intelligence agency. "You think this is over?" one of them said. "This was just the beginning. Alex wasn't working alone, and you've just made yourself their biggest target." Elon watched as the agents drove away, his mind already racing with questions. Who was really behind the attack? And how far would they go to achieve their goals? Back at SpaceX, Elon addressed his team. "We stopped one disaster, but there's more coming. If they want to use my technology to destroy the world, they'll have to get through me first." As the camera zooms out, the scene ends with Elon staring at a blueprint for a new AI project, determined to turn the tide against those who had tried to frame him.